One of the things that I've heard come up time and time again, saw it on the index cards, it's been part of our discussion, is confidence, right? The confidence to move forward. And you guys know I promoted this event as not a nuts and bolts thing. I hope you feel like you got nuts and bolts information that'll be valuable to you as you move forward. But I also wanted people to I wanted to help you look at things differently, right? The dramatic ways. I wanted to change your beliefs, but I just want you to look at things differently. And my hope was that that combined with the nuts and bolts, as well as some of the higher level advanced investing strategies, would put you in a position to leave here and actually do something. This event has been a success as far as I'm concerned, but what I think doesn't really matter when it comes to you guys in your life, right? If you guys all leave and this ends up another shiny weekend event that sits on a shelf and you never do anything to move forward, buying the first or next storage facility or incorporate something you learned, whatever it is. If you left here and took home one nugget about Ian and his daughter drawing a picture with a phone in his hand, if that, you went, oh shit, I don't want that to be me in 7 years when I have my first kid, that's worth the cost of admission in and of itself. I know, and I was telling Steve in the break, this is a lot of work, right? I'm not used to working 8-hour days, much less 15-hour days, much less 3 of them in a row. So I've had to retire to my room at 9:30 at 10 each night when I know a lot of the value that happens, as funny as the things that happen at midnight or 2 a.m. are. I've heard from many people that the discussions last night were hugely powerful. I couldn't be a part of those because I needed to rest and recuperate. I would have loved to get the affirmation of seeing that happen. It started to happen this morning a little bit with our discussion about life and air and leverage and the non-financial consequences of our financial decisions and all of those sorts of things. So if you guys are open to it, I would love to address whatever it is that will help you leave here and put something into action where you feel like this weekend worked. If that's, like I said, confidence was a thing that I heard 6 or 8 of you say. So that's a very open-ended way to a very open-ended way to start a discussion around confidence. Who mentioned confidence on their card or I have the cards.
Oh, did I mention it?
Yes.
Well then, since I like to open my big cat now, is this weekend truly solidified and verified everything that I've thought about this asset class, and seeing what you've done and knowing what my real estate background provides me is that, especially just going through this management software, you know, is that there's a confidence builder to take action. You know, sure, watching you on YouTube, and you're a very gracious dude because you do put out all the information for free. I bought the home study course. I was like, I'm gonna do it, and it's like to the side, you know, because I do have to concentrate on what I have that pays the bills. But then after coming here and seeing everything, feeling it, touching it, and I did go to another guy's class. I didn't see, feel, touch, and do things. I mean, I did have another wild night.
I was going to say, how many fire pits did you guys break it in?
No, my roommate, anyone want a room at the next event, let me know. With that being said, seeing and feeling it and touching it and actually doing it has provided much more confidence. And I mean, like watching Ryan or Ben, is it, right? That, you know, you're sitting here analyzing deals and we're over here playing like idiots, you know. The fact that you guys have actually taken action is like motivating to us, because like, all right, you guys do it. Like hearing 5, 6 other people doing it, it's like, all right, you guys got this, we got this, let's do it all together and take over St. Rage.
That's right, St. Rage the world. Well, and that's the thing is like, it's almost like too good to be true, right? And it's almost like dumbing down our projections for investors. Part of me wants to make it sound harder so that you'll feel like you earned it when we get to the end. Where's Tony? Talking about after you bought your first facility, right? You called me and you're like, yeah, something's wrong, man. I'm like, what's wrong?
I was twiddling my thumbs. I'm like, is there something I'm missing here? because I'm used to the, rest of the real estate world, and I can't buy something and not be busy or it doesn't work.
25.
I was so bored when I bought my first facility that I spent $4,000 on every door direct mail. If you're familiar, sending a postcard to basically everybody on a mail route. Like, I was making up things to do. I was trying to generate storage business, right? Like when we market, we talked about it on the first day, we just want to be the first place they find. Like I was trying to convince the marketplace that not only am I the best guy to give them storage, but also here's why you need storage. Like, because I didn't know any better, right? But I've learned that it is just these, I'm not pretending that it's easy, like, but it's very simple, right? From a confidence standpoint, I wanted you guys here together, people that think they want to do it, people that know they want to do it, people that have done it. I think there's benefit to you guys spending time together.
Well, so like the barrier to entry to the asset class that I'm predominantly involved in is literally on the floor. And when you look at this, you would think that the barrier to entry is way higher, because it is a $500,000 facility, or it is massively huge, and it makes you think things. But to hear guys that have never done real estate ever in their lives to say the barrier to entry was nothing, like that's not even the worst about,
barriers up here.
Yeah, exactly. I remember talking to Ryan about construction, he's like, well, I don't know. Yeah, sure, I've learned some things over there. Hire, fire, hire, fire, hire, fire. Hopefully it gave you more confidence to go out and do that,
He was afraid to talk to brokers. He'd be like so nervous like having to make a phone call.
Right.
Hey, Ryan. She's telling the truth.
She does that. I'm still scared to do it.
But the difference is you're doing it, right? And you're getting better at it every time. Will you tell the story? One of the questions that people asked was about like, it's not all roses, right? I'm not pretending that it is. I talked about it on the bus yesterday, the break-ins, the attempted insurance fraud, those types of things. Ryan had an interesting, not so rosy experience.
Yeah, so, the whole thing when you buy a facility for the first time, follow Wagner Way, is most likely the weekend or day or weekday, whatever you close, you're gonna be at the facility for that day and the next few days, trying to get as much done as possible. One of those things being cleaning out or as many units as you can, so you have as many rentable units as possible. So, the first thing that we tried was I got 3 guys from Craigslist who were going to come. I had a dumpster, and they were going to, empty out units, build a dumpster. Well, they got halfway through a unit, and the guy, head guy, was just like, yeah, man, this is not like, we thought we were just gonna be like moving some boxes around, like these things are like full of trash, and like, I don't want my guys getting bit by any spiders or anything like that. I'm like, okay, so you guys are done? He's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to pass on this. I'm like, all right, see you later.
So the guy that called you that morning, like 4 a.m.
Oh, that was just a good one.
You got like yelled at on the phone by some guy.
Well, some guy just called me and said that I was rude to him on the phone. He called me at 6 a.m. and I was like, yeah, no, I already got people. He's like, woke me up out of my dead sleep.
You like get food poisoning today.
Yeah.
That almost happened.
Yeah. So anyway, we got other people to help us out. Mike helped me find a company, and he basically hired other people to come help him, and he brought a few people, and essentially what had happened is he and Mike agreed upon a price. He misinterpreted it or whatever, but he then told these other people, you will get $100 for this day's work, for 8 hours of work. Well, they came and they did the work in 4 hours. The loss in translation was Mike was like, this is how much you're gonna get per hour, not you're gonna get this no matter what. So he then paid these people $60 and they were expecting 100. And now these were, the whole time they're working, they got a cigarette in their mouth. They're as close to saying, yeah, you're a tweaker as I could possibly get without being able to verify it. And so they were very, very upset when they did not get the $100 they were expecting. And so they were like yelling at him, the guy who hired them, but then also me, like saying, I'm not leaving until I get my $100, like I'm gonna call the police. like somebody better give me $100, like very, very irate. And, you know, I was just there like, okay, I don't really know what to do with this. And, you know, like to the guy who hired the credit, he was like, they were like threatening they were going to sue us, and like, you know, obviously like, you know, I'm going to post this on Facebook, blah, 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 where, you know, they probably didn't have computers, so, but yeah, I mean, you know, that was a very stressful situation for me, because I'm like there by myself, like, I don't know if they have a gun in the truck, I don't know if they're going to go down the road, pick up the gun, come back, like, I don't know if they're going to...
This wouldn't even, it wouldn't have even been a thing for Ian, right? He's done this before. I don't sense that you're overly averse to conflict, given that you walked up to the guy who had just stolen your air conditioner in the middle of the street. Ryan is as unconfrontational as it comes, and this is what played out, right? You grew from it, you learned. The biggest thing he learned that is if your coach is aware that this kind of thing is happening, and I was involved talking to him, talking to the guy, right, helping, and then 3 of my calls went directly to voicemail. If I'm your coach, don't let that happen. I was convinced he was dead. I mean, it was terrible.
Was I not supposed to say that?
Yeah, no, she was in the same situation as you.
Long story short, we walked through the other side, and now he owns a $200,000 property that's going to be worth $450, whatever it's going to be worth. So, never a dull moment, but it's not all roses. That's the point of that story. And you were far outside of your comfort zone, and came through it. Are you still alive? Yes.
Still here.
And you're a better confronter. Is that a word? You're better at confronting people now than you previously were.
And I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not like, oh, this is it, I'm not doing this anymore.
Right.
Like, that didn't scare me away.
Right. And all kidding aside, what he learned in that experience applies, and this is why one of the reasons I started the Storage Rebellion Company is because, I mean, storage is the tool we use, but it's to help people grow in ways that they can apply to any aspect of their life. So he is a better problem solver now. He now knows how to work through a situation, and he'll be better equipped in some other situation to handle it. He also knows that you don't, one of the problems was we relied on, like, you hired people, you didn't have a plan B, right? We always need a plan B. That's the risk mitigation strategy that we talk about when you buy storage facilities is if this doesn't work, and this is something I learned from Steve Cook, right? All right, so if that doesn't work, how am I going to get my money back? And if that doesn't work, how am I going to get my money, right? Plans A, B, C, and D.